Welcome back, focused learners. Okay, let's jump straight into today's explainer. We are tearing down what I honestly consider an absolute masterclass in marketing tactics. We're looking at a very specific campaign by Wilgus Associates, which is a vacation rental and real estate company. But listen, this isn't just about real estate, okay? This is a brilliant case study in high-level emotional advertising that literally any business can learn from. We're going to look exactly at how they engineered this campaign to completely bypass logic and go straight for the heart.
It all starts with this one fundamental question. Think about it for a second. How do you sell a beach house without ever actually showing the house? It's a huge challenge. Vacation rentals are, for the most part, a highly commoditized service. A 4-bedroom house near the water is basically just a 4-bedroom house near the water, whether you rent it from Company A or Company B, right? So, if your product features are identical to your competitors, how do you stand out? Well, Wilgus decided to just completely throw out the standard playbook.
To really understand their tactics, we have to compare these two approaches. Typical rental ads give you exactly what you'd expect: sterile, wide-angle real estate photography, bullet points about the price, the number of bedrooms, how many feet to the boardwalk. It's entirely 100% logical. But the Wilgus approach? It is all about sand, nostalgia, and memories. They bypass logic entirely to tactically target our emotional memory banks. They aren't selling the physical property. They are selling the experience of the property.
So, here is the syllabus for our marketing masterclass today. 1. Selling feelings, not features. 2. Tactic. Weaponizing the aftermath. 3. Tactic. Embracing messy realities. 4. Tactic. The unseen labor. And finally, 5. Tactic. Selling generational loyalty. Let's get into it.
Number 1. Selling feelings, not features.
Just to ground this explainer in some actual marketing theory, what we're looking at here is top-tier emotional branding. The core tactic is building your brand identity by appealing directly to a consumer's emotional state and their deepest aspirations. Wilgus isn't just renting you a building with a roof, they are renting you a container for your family's most precious memories. They are aggressively utilizing nostalgia as their primary conversion tool.
Now look at how perfectly they capture this concept. It's just a dog with its head out the car window. The copy reads, "He knows." The windows go down, the air changes, the beach is close. He knows. Notice what's missing. There's no house, no price tag, just that visceral, undeniable feeling of arriving at the beach. They are tactically triggering the viewer's own sensory memories to create an immediate positive association with the Wilgus brand.
And this isn't just random luck. Wilgus has mapped out an entire psychological timeline, and this campaign deliberately walks the viewer right through it. They hit every single stage of the emotional vacation life cycle. You've got the anticipation on the car ride down, the actual experience on the sand, the absolute reluctance to leave when it's over, and finally, the lasting memory that stays with you all year. They deployed a distinct marketing tactic for every single phase of this timeline.
Which brings us to tactic number 2, weaponizing the aftermath.
Okay, so the crucial point here is that most travel brands only ever want to show you the highlight reel, right? The perfect sunset, the smiling family, but Wilgus tactically chooses to focus on the post-vacation blues. Take these two images, for example. One shows a beach bag still hanging on a hook at home, totally unpacked. Another shows a sandy car floor mat weeks later on a busy city street. This is visual evidence of reluctance. By showing us the messy reality of coming home, they prove they understand the profound melancholy of a truly great trip ending. It's just incredibly relatable.
Consider this brilliant, sparse copywriting right here. Nobody had the heart to unpack this. Some vacations are harder to leave than others. I mean, wow, that is a tactical masterstroke. The marketers are actively forcing the audience to remember their own reluctance to leave a great family trip. If you can make your prospective customer feel a sense of longing just by reading your ad, you have already won.
And this brilliantly illustrates how they carry that aftermath tactic even further. The campaign shows the beach memory literally bleeding back into mundane reality. We see a child's drawing of a sunny beach and a Wilgus-style house placed right next to a boring math workbook. The copy just asks, when can we go back? It's a powerful tactic to position your product not just as a one-time event, but as a recurring necessity that your customers actively crave while they're stuck in their normal day-to-day lives.
Moving right along to tactic number 3, embracing messy realities.
I mean, we've all been there, right? Discarded clothes on the floor, a crumpled bed, flip-flops tossed aside. Standard real estate marketing would absolutely never allow this image to see the light of day. They want everything staged to utter perfection. But tactically, Wilgus knows that perfection is sterile. It's fake.
Showing a messy reality of a family rushing to get ready for dinner after a long day in the sun builds instant, unshakable trust. It tells the consumer, hey, we actually know what your vacation looks like.
They double down on this tactic by focusing on the omnipresence of sand and water. We're talking damp towels draped over an outdoor shower, sandy footprints on wet wood, a screen door propped open with flip-flops scattered all around. These images act as tactical triggers. They immediately evoke the sensory memory of the quintessential beach house experience. I mean, you can almost feel the humidity and smell the salt air just looking at the stuff.
The copywriting here is doing some incredibly heavy lifting to reframe reality. Think about a constantly slamming screen door. Normally, that could be considered a massive annoyance when you have a house full of kids, but Wilgus tactically reframes it. They turn a potential negative into a treasured hallmark of a successful, vibrant family gathering. They're literally selling the noise and the chaos as the very proof that you are making memories.
All right, tactic number 4, the unseen labor.
It is incredibly bold to feature exhausted cleaning crews sitting on a stoop next to massive black trash bags, especially for a luxury rental brand, but it pays off beautifully. They are tactically validating the hard work required to maintain the fantasy for the renter. It essentially says, look, we know you want to relax, and we are the ones sweating behind the scenes to make sure you can.
The messaging tied to that image reads, before your vacation begins, someone has already worked hard to make it feel effortless. The vacation you look forward to, the work you never see. This specific messaging tactic completely humanizes Wilgus Associates. It transforms them in the mind of the consumer from just a faceless real estate broker extracting a fee into the dedicated caretakers of your family's downtime. It builds just an immense amount of brand equity and goodwill.
And finally, tactic number 5, selling generational loyalty.
80. Throughout this entire campaign and almost every single piece of collateral, there is a recurring tagline, helping families make beach memories for over 80 years. They place dramatic weight on that number. The tactic here is to leverage longevity as the ultimate proof of quality. If they've been doing this for 8 decades, they aren't just a service provider anymore. They are a vital piece of the town's history, and by extension, your family's history.
This tactic is executed beautifully by jumping forward in time. You see an older grandfather up in an attic, finding an old yellow drawing of a family at the beach. The copy reads, nobody planned a family tradition. It started with one summer. They are directly positioning a Wilgus rental as a core piece of family heritage. They are telling you, straight up, that booking with them isn't just a transaction for this July. It's an investment in a memory your kids will look back on decades from now.
And this perfectly illustrates the final loop of that generational loyalty. We see a little girl looking out the window as the car is packed with the copy, they're going to the beach again. And then we see parents packing the back of their SUV looking at each other with the headline, same week, next year. Wilgus is tactically showing the viewer the exact behavior they want them to replicate, the automatic, unquestioned rebooking. The tradition continues year after year, generation after generation.
So what should you take away from all this? The Wilgus campaign is a masterclass because they realized early on that features are totally forgettable, but feelings are permanent. I really want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on today. Take a look at your own business, your own projects, or even just the ads you're going to see later today. If you strip away the bedrooms, the price tags, the square footage, the raw features of the product, what core human feeling is that brand actually selling? Because once you can answer that, you aren't just marketing anymore, you're making memories. Keep learning and I'll see you in the next explainer.